Hi there, everyone. Luckily, they did not ask me to sing, so you will be spared. So I was asked to speak about arts and culture tonight, and in preparing for this conversation, I realized that I actually don't have a profound, life-changing moment of Jewish art. So, friends, I'm a fraud. I'm a funder who fully believes in the power that arts and culture are a vehicle for engagement in Jewish life. I could talk ad nauseum about the incredible partnerships that I get to see happen in the city of Boston, but I'm a fraud. So I started thinking about what determines art? Who gets to say what is good art? And who gets to really decide what we see as Jewish art? And then I remembered this piece of video art that our family has. Imagine this: watermelons, nude women, and the Dead Sea. Let your imagination run wild. It is one of the most bizarre pieces of art I've ever seen. Now, the difference within our family is that my in-laws feel so passionately that this is such an important piece of Jewish art. For them, it represents place and space. It takes place in Israel. It's made by an Israeli Jew. I just see watermelons floating in water. At the time, I was converting to Judaism. I didn't have a connection to Israel. I could not really gather the importance of the work. And it really has set me off on a journey of what does make Jewish art. Now, over Passover, the Vilna was draped in imagery of Julie Weitz's Golem versus Golem, which is a phenomenal piece of Jewish art. And it's very identifiably Jewish. It is about Jewish mythology. It confronts anti-Semitism. It is very Jewishly colored. And the most important thing to me about that piece is that it was centered in Boston, in Beacon Hill, at the Vilna. Now, I lived in Boston for about 13 years before moving to Los Angeles, between Fort Point and the South End, and my entire Jewish existence was in the Western suburbs, save for maybe a meeting at CJP or J Arts Beyond Bubby's Kitchen. Everything that I experienced, whether that was ritual or culture, happened in Newton. And I just never imagined that anything productive and exciting could happen in the city of Boston Jewishly. And I struggled with that so much. So the first time I visited the Vilna, I really felt this psychic energy of the founders. There's this connection that resonated in a way that you just knew the immigrants who built the Vilna were really searching to build community and really searching to connect in ways that went beyond just ritual. And that promise of the Vilna remains the same. Perhaps if it wholly existed in the way that it is about to, in holding conversation for art and performance, literature, learning, we also could see the power that the history of the Vilna has created. And if maybe it existed when I was living in Boston, I wouldn't have to bore you with the story about watermelons floating in the Dead Sea. So I hope that you'll join me in dreaming of the potential of the Vilna and seeing that promise come through. Thanks.